Hey, I'm Myers, and got another record review for you. So, I have a label, Sioux, named for my hometown of Sioux City, Iowa. Haven't lived in Sioux City for over 2 years now, but you know, uh, it, it's kind of a weird deal when you name your business after your hometown and then end up moving. It started with Sioux guitars. I started building effects pedals and amps and stuff under the name Sioux Guitars after my hometown. And, and like all the guitar effects pedals were named for landmarks or historical events, and the amps are all named for packing houses. The guitars and basses are named for historical Sioux City people. But started the label during the lockdowns of 2020. I was spending a lot of money on records during the COVID, Discogs and whatnot. And I mentioned that I wanted to start a label, and you know, some of the bands I'd worked with Sioux Guitars wanted to do stuff, and that's how we got going. So, anyways, what I'm into, and I'm into punk and roll. Like I set out with this label to essentially pick up where Sympathy for the Record Industry and Crypt Records left off in the early 2000s. And the weird thing about it is, it's not. I didn't pick up where they left off. Like the genre has grown and evolved since then. So, basically, I picked up where not where they left off, but where the genre itself. Like we've done stuff with Richard Buckus from Degeneration, which it doesn't sound like Degeneration or anything, but it's definitely punk and roll, but it's grown and matured. There's something about his record that is. His record reminds me a lot of like a '70s Stones record that's all over the map with like Some Girls, for instance. Some Girls has Just My Imagination, which is an R&B song. It has Faraway Eyes, which is a honky tonk song, and then it's got your classic Stones rockers of Lies and Respectable and obviously Beast of Burden, which just great album. And so his album is a lot like that. There's some it's a little bit all over the place like that, but it's a cohesive album that works. And but did 45 with Steve Bass from the Devil Dogs. Steve Bass, Sly Fi. It doesn't sound like the Devil Dogs. It sounds it's got a lot of pop sensibilities to it. It is fun. It's rocking. It is a great 45, but it doesn't sound like the Devil Dogs. It sounds like an evolution. I did a record with Hector Penalosa from the Zeros and the Avengers and other bands, and that album has an evolution. Did a 45 Pat Todd and the Rank Outsiders, and like Pat was telling me, he thinks he's putting out better music now than he ever has, and so the genre definitely has grown and changed, and so what I want to do with my label is be that label for that sound. And okay, so I use sympathy as a blueprint, and like Long Gone John's like a hero of mine. So I use sympathy as a blueprint for what I want to do as far as I want a large label, an expansive. The thing about sympathy is all sympathy had a sound like if you picked up a record in the 90s at a record shop, and you never heard of these guys, you flip it over and see it's sympathy for the record industry. It's like, oh, okay, I'll take a chance on this, because I know I like sympathy bands, and I want that with my label, Sioux. And that's why, like, I have a lot of the uniformity of the vinyl is all the same. Everybody's got the same center label. Everybody gets like the silk screen album covers, whatever. So there's a uniformity where the looks the same. Sound wise, yes, it's all punk and roll. It's all that punk and roll aesthetic, but nothing sounds the same. Like the Yowl brings in like a psychedelic fucking jolt to it. There's elements of Bad Actors that is like rockabilly elements. There's bits and pieces here and there that this sounds familiar, but like at the same time, it's new, it's refreshing, it's and so I'm looking for bands that sound different, and and I'm not afraid. Like I explore a lot of international bands, so I did cohesive album with the Dead Furies, kind of like a greatest hits record of the Dead Furies from Estonia. Great band. They're from Estonia. Totally fucking rock. I love that album. But the problem is, and the frontman Arto's got his own label over there called Drag Strip Riot. The problem is you go to order their records, and like I don't know, the records are like $20, and then it's $30 shipping and handling, and like it gets to be pretty expensive ordering records from over there. And I wanted to do Billy Burks from the Humpers turned me on to this Australian cat named Johnny Casino. Billy's like, this is my favorite musician. This guy's my favorite. He's the best, So, I got into Johnny Casino, and I approached Johnny. He's from Australia, but he lives over in Spain now, and he's got a really vast catalog. He's pretty famous in Australia and throughout Europe. Nobody really knows who he is in America, so I wanted to do something here with like the Dead Furies and Johnny Casino and whatever to open them up to the American market. If you order the records from Sioux, you're paying American shipping, like $5 to ship a record versus like trying to order that shit from overseas where it's, $30 to ship on a $20 record. But I came across this fuzz band. Like I don't know how to describe these guys. Like they're definitely punk and roll, but they're like this garagey fuzz, sort of psychedelic, great fucking band. And I didn't even know where they were from or anything about them. I didn't care. I just liked them, So I approached them on Facebook, and I'm like, hey, dig your band, want to do a record. And they're from Valencia, Spain, which... So Valencia, I had a run-in with a rockabilly band from Valencia called Cat Club years ago, which, holy fuck, these guys were so good. And who's ever heard of Spanish rockabilly? But they came in and just fucking ripped the roof off the place. And, I remember seeing them do a Bobby Day's Little Bitty Pretty One. They got the whole crowd humming one, and they were clapping, and then they rolled into it, Little Bitty Pretty One, with this like Spanish accent, and it was fucking brilliant, right? And fuck, I got goosebumps now talking about. See all the hair standing up on my arm? Like, I got goosebumps just talking about that, because it was like the perfect rock and roll moment. And those guys ripped the fucking roof off the place. They were so good. But anyways, this fuzz psychedelic garage band I discovered from Valencia, Spain. I approached about doing a record. So here it is, Sonic Angels. They fucking rock. I'm really excited about this band. You know, I've shared a few tracks with my buddy Thad Sand, who this shit's right up Thad's alley. Thad like just turned me on to all kinds of fucking great fucking bands that so anyways, this is silkscreen cover, Sonic Angels. Name of the album's Two-Headed Cat. Here's the back cover. Obviously it's on Sioux. The records are coming out of sequence. That's like a pressing plant thing, and whatever. So we put out, I think Wrong Beach was supposed to be or I know Brad Marino was supposed to be after this, but came out before. But white paper sleeve, and then it's standard white vinyl, 180 gram white vinyl, hand numbered here on the A side label. Mine's number 1 because I'm the head honcho, but but basically, if you get number 79 of 100 or of 300, it says right here, 1 of 300. We make 300 copies. If you get 79 or 213 or whatever, that nobody else in the world's got that copy. That's between that and the silkscreen covers with like what's cool about the silkscreen covers is none of them are really the same. I mean, they are, but they're like, maybe this one the guy pressed the squeegee a little bit harder and there's some bleed through. In this one it's a little streaky because it didn't press the squeegee as hard. So I kind of like that kind of hand done sort of nature of how things are done. So these guys are fucking rocking. You definitely want to pick this record up. The song I want to play you is the title track is the first track off the A side, called Two-Headed Cat. If you dig these videos, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you got a record you want me to review, send it to the address, and the link is in the description on where you can order one of these. And thanks for supporting Sioux. We're trying to put out the best punk and roll records out there. A lot of you bought Brad Marino. A lot of you bought, shit. Like we've sold all kinds of fucking crazy records. The Gorilla Teens flies out of here. Rebel Flesh from Texas. I love that fucking record. Loose Rails, one of my favorite records. They put that record out on CD and cassette 30 some years ago. They never put it on vinyl, and they were cool enough they wanted to do it on vinyl with me. So we did the Loose Rails, which is totally fucking rocking. You definitely. Here's the thing: like, if you think you like Brad Marino, or if you think you like Loose Rails or whatever, take a chance on some of the other stuff. If you like Pat Todd and the Rink Outsiders, then you'd like that 45 that we did with Steve Bass, the Steve Bass Li-Fi. That fucker's got is Neil Diamond tune on the A side, Long Way Home. And what's fucked up about it is like you hear it and it's good, and you're like, I sort of I know this song. Do I know this song? Oh my god, it's a fucking Neil Diamond song. Who would have guessed that Neil Diamond would fucking rock like that? And then the B side is got an original called Let Her Dance, which is fucking great. But everything on Sioux is worth checking out. I want to sell records. I mean, the model here is, we press 300 is so we could flip them and get our money back to do the next project. And the faster we could sell the records and get our money back, that means the faster we can do the next project. So, definitely want to sell the records to, keep the projects moving and going and whatever. But, I'm confident in our catalog. I stand behind all our fucking bands. They fucking rock. They're all different. They all, they do all add something different. It's kind of like a fucking baseball team, where, the third baseman doesn't do the same thing as the right fielder, but, they're all on the same team. The fucking first baseman doesn't do the same thing as what the catcher does, but they're working in towards the same goals, and that's why these fucking bands are on my roster. That they do something a little bit different, but they're all working towards the same goal, and they all fucking rock. And so, totally fucking dig these guys. Like I said, link be in the description. So check out Sonic Angels from Valencia, Spain. I hope you dig them as much as I do. So, thanks for watching.